Okay, now I'm live. Let's see if any comments pop up in here. I got my nifty, handy, dandy green and yellow glasses. I can't remember which one. This was one of those BFF pins in a Facebook Live that I won the auction for. Got a metal straightener and a single. This was my $10 Amazon find, and it's got a 4 on one end, and I'm waiting for more single tips to come in. And this is my upcoming Mail Monday, and I wish it was a little thicker. I would like it if it was thicker. And this is my workstation. And I'm working on Mad Kitty. There we go. Working on Mad Kitty. And it's an A2 light pad, and I just work on it. All right. And I see no one has shown up yet. That sucks. But oh well. I'll just hang out here and just do one for y'all. Been down with a bug for the last couple days. Finally feeling better. I woke up with a headache because I was dreaming I was smashing a vampire in the back of the head. What kind of dream is that? Smashing a vampire in the back of the head. And so I promptly woke up with a bad tension headache. And I guess if you're trying to kill a vampire, you would have to be under a lot of tension. And I woke up with the back of my neck and my head just killing me. Guess that's what I get for being out there vampire hunting. And for anyone who watched the old vampire movie that had James Woods in it and the Padre, well, they got a new one out called Firebite. Firebite. And it's two vampire hunters in the Australian outback. And literally looks like Mad Max meets vampire. I mean, that's the first thing I thought was like, oh my God, it's like vampire, but and Mad Max all mixed together. And it's on AMC Plus. And I was just like, wow. But right now I'm on the end of my internet, which means I'm lucky I get to do anything. A lot of times I'm doing it on my phone through the tower. And if it requires internet, it's kind of hit and miss kind of thing. Still nobody in here. I'm just loving the colors in Mad Kitty. They are absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And I have some glow glass and stuff, but it's in squares. They're rounds, but they're smaller rounds. And they fit in a square spot. And they're from a Tmall store, the DP with sparklers. And I'm thinking about changing out the eyes for some glow glass. And if you're far away, you'll never notice a little difference in them. Let me see if I don't know if you'll see this. Just send a message out to somebody. And like I said, my channel, it's a brand new channel. And I'm up to like 35 subscribers. Trying to grow it. And well, I got a bot. Got a bot. Let me see if I can block them. There's a bot. I hate bots. I debotted it. I blocked them because I have no moderators in here. Hey, but at least something found me, even if it was a bot. I'm trying to find the best day and time to go live without jumping over the top of someone else, and of course they're older creators, so they got the better time slots. So I'm just trying to find a slot that I can pick up without romping on someone that I watch and view a lot. And I've been some things about me. I'm 61. I'm like 61 and a half, actually. Um, waiting on disability, of course. In another month, and I can go in the long term. I have 3 kids. 2 are mine by birth, and 1 was adopted. I've got 6 grandkids, which told them they need to quit spitting them things out. I think they're pretty much all gonna agree with that now because I think they're all in their late 30s, early 40s. So they're like, we're done. All my grandkids, I think the oldest one is 16. The next one turns 15 next month. And then the rest are all like 10 and younger. I was one of them moms that put the curse on their kids. Their kids were going to be worse than they were, and they knew how bad they were. So they were pretty, yeah, we're not having kids for a while. And I've told a couple of stories about my daughter and my whipping chats, and those were just the beginning. I mean, yeah, she was hell on wheels her whole childhood until she hit teenagehood, and then she was a pretty mellow teenager. I guess she decided she did it all when she was little. My son, he was just pretty mellow all the way around. And then my adopted daughter, she was I'm gonna really do some bad stuff daughter. So I had one of each. And I'm just now finding out what my son did. He says, yeah, we did this. We did this. And I'm like, I really don't want to know. Really don't want to know. Now, the one time I let him drink at the house, because, I thought it was better to let him drink at the house than to be out doing whatever. And that boy was drinking fish tank water and making out with the TV and making out with the dog. And we had a ghost in the house, and he was running around with a pan on his head, turning all the lights out so the ghost wouldn't find him. And when I said, the ghost can do anything in the dark. And so then he was like running around with his pot on his head, turning all the lights back on. So, and of course, we didn't have cell phones back then, so we didn't really have video back then. And so it was like, I still got that whoever the block one trying to get in here, I think. I don't know what the dinging is. Probably the bot trying to come back in. Because supposedly they have those repeating bots. The dogs are outside, and you might hear them barking and throwing up a little ruckus. And since I have no moderators at the moment, I don't have no way to keep kicking them. All I can do is block them. I think he's still there. Excuse the hair. I just all of a sudden thought, I'm just going to go live. So I really didn't take time to fix the hair or anything else. You're just getting me in all my glory. This is the real, down and dirty. No makeup, no hair done. Just there. We had a little snow, but I didn't even get out of bed yesterday until like 1 in the morning, and then went to the next live. So it was like, oh, my daughter sent me a text. You got snow? And she's got me on this app called 360 where you can actually, wherever I'm at, you can pull up the satellite of it. And so she was like, "You got snow?" Because I guess it looked like there was snow in my backyard. And I was like, "Heck, I don't know. I ain't even looked out the window. I ain't even got out of bed. I didn't even get up till 1 in the morning." And then when I finally got up, I just sat here and worked on, I did like 3 sections on the Mad Kitty. So diamond paintings like cross stitch used to be for me. Which I used to cross stitch, and that was just really, really awesome. I've been on here for 11 minutes and it doesn't seem like it. And I got some plans. Let me see, what do I have? I have a couple of fan sales that came in that I'll unbox this week or unbag. They come in bags. I'm going to start working back on the Haid. I'm right now to the snout of the wolf. And for anyone that wants to know what colors is in her skin tone, I'll let you know when I get there that her skin tone is like spot on, beautiful. Because I've done her forehead already, and it's just amazing. Look and see if there's anything. No, well, it's showing there's 2 people in here, but just shout out and say hi. Hi, Sarah. I was just bored and thought, hey, I'll go live. I'll try this. This is the only way I can go in is with StreamYard. See if I can get. Oh, sorry, getting that out there. I was up most of the night with Nyx and from Nyx Notion. That was pretty neat. I haven't done one of her all-nighters. I'm gonna try that one of these nights. Just do an all-night live. That seems like a cool idea. That way, it's kind of like a retreat. A little, instead of a stitch along, it's a drill along. I think she finished 2 colors. I'm working on Mad Kitty right now, and I'm in the, the Mandy Manzano black. I'm trying to teach myself, the 10 placer because I haven't used one of them yet. Because there is so much big black. Yeah, I got Mad Kitty. The original. Let me see. I'll pull all my stuff off of here. I use my A2 light pad as a workstation. So last night I did 1 whole row working last night. Yes, I am a fast worker, but I got 1 whole row of it done. I had a little big section to start with. And I think I did 3 sections, and my sections are usually pretty big. She's been in my stash forever, and I didn't even realize she was a unicorn for a lot of people till the other day. And she's been in my stash forever. I'm one of them people that I see something. Yeah, I don't sleep too well either. I'm one of them people. And now that I don't work at all, I fell back into my circadian rhythm of being up all night, sleeping a few hours, and then get up, which is what I did all my life when I worked as an ICU nurse. And then when I got hired at the last place, it was as day shift, and that like to had killed me because I actually had to get up at the booty crack of dawn and go out. And everyone's like, well, what do you do all night? There's lots of stuff to do all night. I'm actually, it like last night was really rough, but it's actually getting better. I'm making sure I have a good straight row in my tray. And then I just kind of put it in there and rock it all the way to the end. And I start with 1 tip on my first spot and then rock it all the way down. And that seems to be working the best. My sweet one is a 4-placer. I mean, I can do a 4-placer like nobody's business. A 6 and 7, I was just starting to get proficient at, and this 10 last night I pulled out because there is, like I said, so much black. In my Elizabeth Ward, I have one huge container, and I think I have 5 little ones, and I've gone through almost 2 of these in black. So yeah, I've been rocking some black, and I wouldn't have thought it, but I have done some pieces that have big chunks of dark color, and they look phenomenal. Yeah, I know everyone doesn't like them, but I love the metal ones because then you can use them to move stuff around without feeling like you're going to break it. Because this plastic one, so I guess I'm going to get on and look and find me a metal tin placer, because you can use those metal ones to move your drills around and they don't feel like they're going to break. Whereas this feels like it's going to break. I'm waiting to do a Mrs. Coffee and go snap. No, because she does that quite often. But yeah, I don't. And well, I'm doing a Josephine Wall right now, and I almost have a dance if there's a spot I can do a 4 placers. I've actually poured 1 or 2 drills, just pull them out, put them in a tray, and then put them on the thing. Because in 600 drills, oh yeah, that looks gorgeous. Yeah, if it's a lot of black, I would practice on something that you're not, really worried, like one of your smallers that you first started buying, and just practice, because it'll make it go a whole lot faster. Because let me tell you, I was just like, man, if I just 4 place all this black, I'm going to be at it forever. So I started pulling this out and working on. I mean, at first I was having to move a lot of them, but it's gotten better. I guess practice does make perfect. Perfect. Yeah, if for some reason the metal ones, it's just like they feel more sturdy, and they you just have to get used to them if you're used to the plastic ones. And it didn't take me very long. Now I don't like the fat placers. Love the thin ones, and you can find some metal ones that are thinner. Just like I would have never thought you could find, you know, pins on Amazon for $10 that you go other places and they're 20, 25. So I was kind of impressed with that. My favorite one I got off Amazon for $10 was this one, because it's like the perfect size and the perfect weight. So I'm sitting over here with a straightener and a 4 placer and a 10 placer. Ooh, I have not seen a 16. Wow, that would be pretty awesome. Where did you find the 16 at? I've seen, metal ones on Amazon, Drill Frenzy, Enablers Outpost. What was the other place I saw 'em? And of course, well, the Amazon one, I got 2 sitting in my cart. I got a gold set and then a decorative set. I'm waiting for my money from, what is it called? Inbox? Ah, Amazon, probably the one sitting in my cart. It's one's called Misplay and one's called Amazon, and it's where you can go in and play like the color games and solitaire and bingo and all that. But you get points for how much you play and how long you play. And a lot of times, like when I'm taking a hot bath, if I'm sitting in the bathtub forever, I'll play some games. And I have cashed in $50 in Amazon gift cards, which is what these were. And I'm waiting for the last 30 to hit my Amazon as a gift card, and then I'm going to get my placers. And I think I'm like 1,500 points away from another gift card. But one's misplay and the other one's called Inbox. I think my daughter has got like $60 sitting in Inbox because she can play Merge Dragons like nobody's business and would get like, if you got to level 10, you got like $30 or $40. I'm still like way back there. Way back there. I'm trying to think of what game it was. I got a lot. Now you did them for a while. And the only one I'm still doing is the misplay, and that's because I like playing the tap color. And so it's like a little bit of extra money. I don't understand the solitaire cash. It's like, well, how in the world am I supposed to win that kind of money playing solitaire and not spend any money? It's like, yeah, that don't make no sense. There's something to this one. Something fishy. My dad will call over here. You're not making any money right now. Why are you spending money? And I'm like, I'm not. There's stuff in Amazon that can't spend it anywhere else. And as far as what I'm using in my pens, I'm using pink wax in the placers, or else I use Quake Hold, the white museum putty. So I go back and forth. I've tried all kinds of wax, but I can't get them to go in there and really, they just like chunky and really don't work for me. And then on my single placers, it's 2 to 3 glue tips, just depending on how many it needs. The glue dots, micro ones. And it took me a while to figure out how to load this little things. But once I figured out how to load it, I love these because I can use the same glow dot for a month without changing it out. And sometimes I can just stick a set of the tweezers in there and just kind of pull a little bit out and put it back in, and it'll work just great. I mean, I it took me a while, and the best way I've found to load them suckers is just have your glue dot down, and then I just twirl my pen on the edge of it and kind of twirl it up into it. I haven't got any blue right now. I got the pink and I got a purple, but I use them in my multi-placers because I can't get a glue dot. I have not found a way to get a glue dot to go in the multi-placer. But I have pretty placers, and what I do with the pretty placers is I scrape the end off so I can sniff it. It's just it's a hard wax. I've tried to get wee wax and what is it? What your mama's mud or something like that. And I've tried to get those to try those, but I can never get a drop. That one's like a feeding frenzy. They say they're dropping and it's gone before I ever get there. I can't even get it out of my cart. I got a Nick's Notion submarine coming in. I'm hoping that's as awesome as I think. I was watching her last night. She shook it up and the whole tray would line up, which I have these cheapy big ones and they don't line up real well. I mean, I can get them to line a little bit, but not the best. I've just learned to work around it. And my Black Friday came in. I don't know if you saw that unboxing, but that is the cutest picture I have seen in a while. I so want to do it, but it's a Christmas picture, and I don't want to get stuck on a Christmas picture for most of the spring. especially since I thought about doing the oh, what is it, the Giddy Up event, and there's one other one coming up. I thought about doing those, so it's like I don't want to have too many pots in the fire. Right now, it's just my big Josephine wall and this one. And she's on such a huge, huge drill table. In fact, I'll show you how big it is. Let me see if I can put this up without making you see. Sorry about my hand. Ah, there she is. That table is 37-inch tall and 48 inches wide. There's a Aurora Beauty up there above my fireplace. Yeah, I've turned my whole love seat area into a workstation. I mean, it's just, that's what it is over there. It's a workstation. Like when we had Christmas, I had to move it all out, and I pulled the drill table over in front of the fireplace and cleaned off all my drills for Josephine Wall, which is all 238 of them, which is in those two big suitcase that you can get. It's like 100, no, amazing one. I got 162 in each of them, or some 132, or some crazy number like that. And it's got like so many little and so many big. And so my ones that had lower amounts, I put them in the littles, and the ones that had bigger amounts, I put them in the big. And then I have them propped up on each other. And once I get set up over there, I try not to move until I'm ready for go to the bathroom or get a drink break or something. Wished I knew how to make people moderators, but I don't think you can in StreamYard. I have to ask Jeremy about that. Yeah, because I found out you can't go live in YouTube unless you have 1,000 subscribers. It just looks at you and laughs and says, "Hi, you can't do that." And I was just like, "What?" And so I Googled, and it was, all about StreamYard, but I haven't quite figured out the ins and outs of it. We'll just have to deal with little dude over there. They trying to pop in. I'll move this so that it's not in your face. There you go. Still in your face a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I'm working on an A2 light pad, and I just work in my little section and have it all rolled at the top, because I'm actually working on the top right now. But since it was right here, I could just kind of roll around. But then whenever I get this done, then I'll roll it. And I just keep rolling on the little noodle. Me and the noodle are really good friends. Okay, I'm gonna use the straightener. Oh, I love this A2 because this is the power cord for it. It's not the USB. It plugs right there. Because I went through so many of them stupid things with the USB, and they started shutting off on their own, and then it got really loose, and then you can't keep it plugged in. And those things were 10, 15, $20. And then I saw this one and I think it was 60. And I haven't had to buy another one, and I've had it for months. I work on it. I work these on my couch up to the 60 by 80s. I can work on my couch, and then my 5 foot tall by 4 foot wide is over there on the drill table. I think it would drive me nuts if I set up my kitchen table, because that's my catch-all table. Like I got ones that I unboxed the other day, those ones my daughter-in-law gave me. They're sitting on the table to go in there and get hung on my rack. And then I got one I need to, my little doggy on the toilet, he needs to get framed. I got it sitting on my island to do that. And then I have my Halloween one that I stole the frame from for the dragon I did the other day. Because that's why I went to the big ones, is the 30 by 40 I can knock out in 2 days. So it's like, I'll go bigger. It's like Rainbow Bright. She had a lot of color blocking in her, I do have to say. But the colors were beautiful. I knocked her out in 2.5 weeks, which was pretty cool. I was like, wow, I can't believe I got done so fast. But she didn't have that much confetti. I actually prefer confetti because unless it's like the stain blocking, like the stained glass look, where you have the black outlines and then fill it in, I feel like I'm coloring. Then I like confetti. I love Chuck Pensons. I mean, Chuck Pensons I love because the detail is just so phenomenal. Josephine Wall, the detail, I mean, in her wings, you can actually, you don't notice it when you're drilling it. I mean, like when I did her ear and I stepped back and looked and found out that there was a castle coming off her ear, I was just like, whoa, I did not see that. And in her wings, there's faces. If you sit back and look at the wings, you'll start seeing the faces come out. But when you're drilling it, you don't notice it. It's after you drilled it. Yeah, I have two A2s. I have one in my lap and one that stays on the drill table because I got tired of when I wanted to go over there, I'd have to pull it over there and pull my canvas up, tuck it underneath it. This way, there's less manipulation. And since that's double-sided tape, and you know what that does, the more you move it, the more it messes it up. So I was just like, oh, no, 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 no. And so I just finally bought two of them. And what I really want, but I don't have the money to spend on it right now, is an A1. I would love to put an A1 on that drill table. But they're like over $100. Oh, and I have not seen the one I'm working on anywhere. You have to actually Google it to see a picture of it. And it's called Once in a Blue Moon. And it's got a castle on her head. And then it's got like a roller coaster coming off the castle. It's got a gazebo on the top of the castle. And then you get over into her wings. And then it's got this owl that when you get to his face, it looks like a monkey. And it's playing, what is that? Trumpet? I think it's trumpet. It's playing some kind of musical instrument. Then on the other side, you have this big planet in front of her. Of course, you got her face. Big planet in front of her, and then there's two wolves that are inside the planet. And then as you get further down, it's like a cliff side with a waterfall coming off of it. And then when it hits the bottom of the waterfall, there's the fairy king and the fairy queen. And then you have all the moths flying around. And then you have another planet somewhere else. I mean, it is just gorgeous. Yeah, that's the one that's my 5 foot by 4 foot. I actually, oh, I love poured glue. These double-sided tapes kill me. In fact, I've gotten to where the ones I work on that are double-sided tape, as soon as I get them and I have to do any repair, like the doggy on the toilet, I had two places that were just horrible. They were raised probably, they were raised probably that much. Let me see if I can do it. They were probably bubbles about that tall. And so I did a lot of the cutting of them, and I used a spoon because I don't have anything flat. So I used a spoon side and just rubbed the snot out of them after I cut them. You could see them, but you couldn't feel them. They were flat. You could tell where they had been. And I drilled that, and it is totally flat. so it fixed it. But I will pull off that cover paper and put release paper, and I use the silicone because I know everyone says parchment. I will never use parchment again because I did put parchment down once, and the next day I went to pull up one and they were stuck. And I spent all my time that when I just had to pull them all off and then work with the baby wipe, pull it off. So I went on Amazon and bought me silicone release papers, and I will not excuse the hair. It's, uh, oh, and the hair, this color, this color is because of I got this wild hair of I wanted blue and purple hair, and so I had done it was purple, 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 and bright, bright blue. And but when we do it ourselves, it don't look like when you go to the hairdresser and it's all foiled in and it's really, really, really pretty. It don't look like that. And so I was like, well, that don't look good. Well, the only thing that will cover that blue, the purple, it did okay with putting up something. You had to go really dark, and I went black cherry. And then I was like, ooh, that's way dark. So then I went dark auburn. So I've been working my way back to a lighter color, but it's red. It is redder than a firecracker. It's my daughter's color red. My daughter's hair color is just colored naturally. Her hair is this color red and banana ring curls naturally. And she hates it. Absolutely hates it. And I'm like, you realize people go pay for that? And she was like, I don't like it. I was like, okay, whatever. I used to, before I mean, years ago when I've never even heard of diamond painting, and most of Josephine Wall's artwork was in puzzles. I would go to these high dollar puzzle sites to buy her artwork and do her artwork. I mean, these puzzles cost you some money. Her puzzles were very high dollar. You're paying 30, 40, $50 for a puzzle. And so I would do a couple of them, and I don't know whatever happened to them, but I had them and I glued them and put them on the wall. It was one of my pastimes because I'm one of them people that I can just look at a puzzle piece in the box. I don't even have to pull it out. I can just look at it in the box and say, oh, I know where that goes, and just put it where it goes. Very spatially oriented, I guess. Nice when you're doing puzzles with people because they look at you like, how in the world are you doing that one? You just look over and you pick it out. And I put more glue on this. What a piece of glue. I have never seen a chunk of wax like this before. And since I'm working with tin placers, I'm using it. But it is so thick. It came with a bunch of my placers. It is thick, thick. I mean, wow. The other, ooh, I bet that's cool. Ooh, that would be pretty. Her art is just so almost like ethereal. It's so fair, flowy. In fact, I'm in art club's interpretation of her artwork. I mean, I like it, but I prefer Uniquely Yours or um, Deutschland because of the fact that they're more flowy and actually represent her art instead of the hard lines. Because I noticed that Diamond Art Club does those hard lines and it just doesn't look like her artwork because her artwork is so flowy. I prefer the flowy look and the soft look. I want it to look like it's supposed to look. That's like the next one I want to get is Melody, the one that Uniquely Yours has with the lady with the pink dress going up the staircase. Oh, that is just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I saw that. I saw that when Gracie unboxed it. I was just like, oh, that is gorgeous. That is probably what the next one I'll buy. I just don't know if they do like sizzle. And right now I'm on a sizzle, at least until I can get some kind of money coming in. I never thought about putting, gathering her artwork and putting it on a disc, but her, oh, it's gorgeous. I actually have some that unfortunately are stolen artwork because I didn't know about all the whole stolen artwork thing and had bought some really big pictures, so I just won't show them on the site. I'll just work them on the side because I already spent the money on them. And the ones I can, I go on Heaven and Earth and buy the chart for it. That way, at least it's kind of like buying the license. I mean, it is gorgeous. Yeah, I hadn't seen it because I just found Angie the other day, and so been watching what she's working on. And I found Dog Dad. Oh, probably like 6 weeks ago, and Uniquely Under probably about 4 to 6 weeks ago. And Gracie, even though I subscribe to her, just pops up at random times. But when I was working, I work every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so I would miss a lot. And then what would come up was the ones that I had found and subscribed to. Now I get a lot come in there. Since I made a channel, there's even more that I had never seen before. And I should have made a channel about a year ago because that's when I was just buying like crazy and I would have had unboxings out the you know what. As it is, I got a whole bedroom full of stuff. And my daughter-in-law were like, you got a problem, and put it in the bedroom so it's out of sight and they don't bug me about it as much. But then they always come to my house to go shopping. Like my granddaughter's got two sitting over in the drawer. One I gave her for Christmas, and then one was a special one where she went shopping in my room. Oh, nice. I think I love the pictures of lovely ladies. I mean, because they're just so nice to look at. I mean, I'm not into women, but you know, you still can enjoy nice art. And it's, you know, like landscapes. Some of them I really like, some I don't. Yeah, I finally got my affiliate code for Uniquely Yours. I was so happy when that finally started working. I was one of the people that was having problems with it. I finally was just like, this, can you send me my code and the link and I'll work around it. Some other companies, they're just kind of stuck up, unfortunately. They give you some weird answer and then ignore you, which sucks. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to use, what color I'm going to use in the eyes, because I may actually just change it all together and put, like a yellow or something or a green. I know all the 3865, the white. I actually have glow in the dark white, and I may put that in where the white is around the eyes so that the eyes glow. I like to bling up my stuff. Like when that's what I like about Uniquely. You can tell them if you want pour glue, you tell them pour glue. You tell them you want some bling in it, you tell them you want some bling in it. You always get a nice pin with your picture. So it's not just you're paying, just because they want to charge an arm and a leg. Some companies charge an arm and a leg, and they're no different than another company, but you're just paying for their name. I mean, Diamond Art Club finally stepped up and changed their toolkit where you at least get a cover minder or, better bags. Because Craftably was giving cover minders. Oh, and they give washi tape now. Because Craftably was doing that. So they follow along suit with Craftably. I sat there the other day and I really started looking. Yeah, I love them. I actually watch their lives every time they go live, and I love them two ladies. They are so sweet. And I can't wait to get my first canvas from them. I'm hoping my company, since they decided they were going to let me go, and I figured that was coming when my doctor did that last FMLA and made it for a year long. I thought, yeah, they're going to can my butt. And they did promptly. But I'm hoping they give me what little PTO I had remaining because, I was just like using PTO to pay for my insurance. And I'm about 4 weeks out from being able to go on long-term disability, which I did have. I just didn't have short-term. And I've been trying to work with what I have, and it's what a doctor did to me. But of course, the state I live in, they protect those fools like nobody's business. They made it where you can't go against a doctor unless you can prove, and I don't know how the heck you would prove this, but that they criminally did what they did to you. Oh, let me get rid of this little guy. When I get one, I'm going to get Melody. I want that one so much because I'm a pink lover, pinks and purples and brilliant blues. So I really want Melody. Or if you're talking about me, what I'm getting, I'm hoping to get full disability because I've been for about the last 2.5 years. I've had in the last 9 months. I've had 3 surgeries trying to fix what a doctor did to me, and was told that it will never be completely fixed. I will never be able to work again. Um, and that's pretty much what my doctor put on my FMLA, that I was to be off for a year. It was unlikely I would ever be able to return to work. And I'm like, well, my job gone. And that I was looking at possibly more surgeries in the future. Oh, Three Graces is so pretty. And there's also one with two people in a canoe that are like going off into the space. That one's really pretty. And I found out, I think it's under my mattress actually. And I did not realize it was one of hers. Because I really, I'd only seen certain pieces of her artwork and they were really older ones. And so it turns out it's Spirit of Flight, but it was called The Flying Elf. So I had no idea, but it's under my mattress. And like I said, I won't put those on the site, but they were bought, oh God, a year ago, 2 years ago. I wasn't even watching channels back then, so I had no clue. I started buying canvases from a Wish and AliExpress, and so just basically now I started finding, all these high companies. I found my first DAC in Hobby Lobby. I'll have to look up Transformation though, see what that one looks like. And then the elephants that are coming out, I think it's next month when the elephants come out in the subscription series. Those elephants are so awesome. So awesome. I hadn't been as frugal as I have been since we lived in Maine and I was going to school. And so I wasn't bringing home an income, and we were really, my ex-husband was in the military, and so we was having to really be frugal. Where we would go out to the potato fields after um, after they did their potato picking, and the ones that stayed in the field, then you could go out and get them. And me and my kids and my husband would go out there and pick potatoes so that we would have potatoes. That's how frugal we were because, I was just getting student loans. And so it was my student loans and his Peasley income. And so I hadn't been this frugal since then. It's amazing how frugal you can get, except for groceries are 100 times more expensive now and they keep going up. Keep going up. Yes, the Tusk of Love. That's gorgeous. That is absolutely gorgeous. I have so many canvases though. I don't know if you watched my earlier videos, but I have like 370. But a lot of them are the cheap budget brands that I first started out with. And then I got, I don't know how many DACs and Craftablies and some Dream of Designs. And now I'm going to start buying uniquely yours. But I definitely want to support them ladies because they are so awesome. The other Josephine wall I want to get, and I can't remember the name of it, is the one where she's on the top with a planet underneath her. That is so pretty. I saw it when Grace did it, when she had to have it recharted because the colors were definitely strange. But that is so pretty. That was a nice one. I'd have to go look through all their Josephine walls to remember find the name, but looks like it's just going to be me and you hanging in here this afternoon. No one else has found me. Amazing. Of course, everyone's probably in church or afternoon church. And the guys are probably watching football because it is football season. Me, I'd rather do this. I'd rather talk to y'all. Give you something to listen to while you dot away. The other day, my first live was so comical because I was trying to work on my heaven and earth, my Josephine wall, and I tried to pull the uh, comments up on a Kindle, and it just wouldn't do it for some reason. Would not do it. And so I sat there and tried and tried. What's up? And there was someone in there trying to talk. So I would sit there and stick my head around in front of the camera just to read the comment. This actually seems to work. I got it sitting over on my laptop and made it to where the comments are coming up, and I can sit here and work on my table, my little A2, and look up and read the comments. So I think I'll just do them here, do the whipping chats for lives here. That seems my best way. And I've got so many to de-kit again. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 kits over there that I need to de-kit. So I'll have to have a de-kitting video. It's amazing that I've got that many kits already to de-kit. Have you ever been in one of Nick's Notions lives? And she's on Saturday night. I think she starts at 10, and she'll go all night till like the last person's in there. Or she's like this morning, her daughter called, her daughter-in-law, one or the other, about someone having the virus, and so she had to leave. But usually she'll stay in there until everyone's just about gone. Longest lives I've ever seen. Who knows? Maybe I'll do one of those marathon lives. Do like Gracie did. Try to go for a 24-hour live or something. I could pull it off. I know I could. And then I'd sleep. I actually had one pair of these tweezers that I have destroyed. this tip went that way, and this tip went that way. I mean, literally destroyed them. They glow in the dark ones have a funny effect. Sarah, is that you that's back? Someone's back. Shows that I have one in here. Now I'm doing the glow in the dark black on Mad Kitty. I'm trying to see if I can glow, but no. Well, you want to hear something funny? The other day I thought that on my Magical View Christmas, one of the penguins was carrying a turkey. I didn't have my glasses on. Okay. This is what happens when you get old and you don't have. No problem. I'll catch up with you later, Sarah. Take care of your son. Have a good afternoon. I'll talk to you later. But I thought it was carrying a turkey. It was not carrying turkey. It was carrying. That was the dog. The way the dog is laying in front of the fireplace. If you look at it just right, and you got old eyes and you don't have your glasses on, it looks like the penguin is carrying a plate with a turkey on it. So it was not a turkey. It was the dog. I was just like, I can't believe that. I thought that was a turkey. I guess I could put a turkey above them. I just don't know if I want to get that in depth in the graphing because a lot of times I'll fix their boo-boos when they have crooked lines or lines where they don't need to be. I'll go in and change the festive fireplace. I fix so many things and change so many things. Like my tree, all the ornaments on the tree were supposed to be golden red. I made them all these different colors. They're blue and yellow and purple. And, I mean, it was. I had all kinds of blow glass and jellies and all kinds of stuff that I've gotten from Tmall that I've changed my ornaments into. So that was pretty cool. Except when I walk by it at night and it's glowing, I need to take it down the back of my craft room. It sits above my that big dresser that I use to hold a lot of stuff. It sits there. It's so nice when we went in there and cleaned a lot of stuff with the kids' toy box because I had a toy box in there for a while and put it in the other kids' room. Because when I bought my house, I literally bought it for grandkids. The grandkids have their own living room. They got their own couch, a love seat, a recliner, their own entertainment center, their own game system. They got like a 65-inch TV in there. That is their room. I made a chalkboard table. I took an end table and made chalkboard paint in different colors and painted it. And so I just bought them sidewalk chalk and they can sit in there and paint the end table to their heart's consent. And then whenever they get it all painted up, I just go in there with a washcloth and wipe it down, let it dry out, and then they start over. Great idea. Um, so they have that. What else do they have? They had an Alexa, but they kept making it where I couldn't use mine because they'd have theirs going and doing crazy stuff. So I took it away and put it in my craft room now. I mean, they're just hooked up. And then I did have a girl's bedroom and a boy's bedroom. I only have one granddaughter, and she never stays in the bedroom. I mean, if she goes in there now, she just goes and sits at my desk and does her stuff. And so I finally took the girls' room because it was just sitting back there doing nothing and turned it into my craft room. And that seems to have been the best bet. I have a grandson that used to stand on the top bunk bed in the boys' room and jump across the room and land on the queen bed in the boys' room until he made the queen bed blow up. I mean, all the foundation just went poof, and we had to go in there with a screwdriver and not screwdriver, but screws and a drill, and put it all together and drill it together so that it would stay up. And so I finally was at work one day and I said, if you're willing to come get this bed, you can have it for free. And this girl told her brother, and he actually drove like 50 miles to come get this set of bunk beds. And I just gave him the sheets and everything that went with it, and pillows and everything that went with it. I kept the comforters so the kid could lay underneath the comforters on the couches. But other than that, everything went. Because I was like, yeah, I'm tired of you blowing my bed up. Because he would literally blow the bed to pieces. Well, it looks like I have lost everybody. So I am going to end the live here. Like I said, my channel is the same name. It's down at the bottom, Loving the Sparkle with Cindy. I would love for you to subscribe to me. We can hang out more. Excuse the noise. I have finished one whole section during this and started the black on another. And got my first set of glow in the dark down. So we have done well. We have been on for an hour and 7 minutes, and we've had 3 spots. So I guess I'm in the world of the real. Hit the bell, hit the like on the way out. I will see you again, because these are so much easier than doing the put it together, put an intro, put this, put this, put this, put this. So I might do these like every other day or so, just hang out with y'all and let you know how much progress I've made and what I'm doing. And I'll put more videos out on unboxings and unbagging and other assorted things. And come back and hang out. I would love to see you. I will talk to y'all later. Bye.